want to check out this video for success and what it takes to be successful and why the rest of the world actually quits. Hey, if you are looking to make any type of New Year's resolutions, so perhaps your resolution might be in your business, in your fitness. Maybe it's spending more time with your wife, maybe it's spending more time with your kids, but you want to elevate these areas of your life. I want to quickly start out with, does anybody know the success of just the normal human being who says, I'm going to go out and do X in 2023? The success rate of somebody just simply stating, this is what I'm going to do. I'll point it out to you. Is it, you might be thinking, man, it might be like 50%. You know, that sounds reasonable. Maybe it's 40%, maybe it's 60%, who knows? It's actually this number. It's 9%. Only 9% of people actually achieve their New Year's resolutions. Now, there's several reasons for that. I'm going to break things down for you here in a second, but let's have one more fun fact. How many people do you think quit in the very first month? So by the end of January, they've already quit. They've got 11 more months to go. They've already quit. Do we think the attrition rate is 25%? Maybe it's 10%. People are still excited, right? Might be like 5%. It's actually 38%. 38% of people quit by the end of January. Now, there was a study that was done. This was just a few years ago, back in 2016. And the study was done by ASTD. ASTD stands for the American Society of Training and Development. And they actually have this ratcheted into absolute success. So let's break this down. If you just have an idea of what you want to do, maybe it's, I want to spend more time with my wife. That's my idea. For you to be successful with just that idea, what do you think? You actually have a 10% success rate. 10%, but you also have a 90% failure rate just with that idea. So our numbers kind of correlate, right? People just simply having the idea is not enough. Now let's take it a step further. Let's just say you consciously decide to do this idea. You're like, you know what? I want to spend more time with my wife. I'm going to consciously decide to do that, right? So that's number 2. So it's decide, right? Sorry about my penmanship, but it's decide. Now, your success rate goes from 10% to 24%, right? But that's still not the best. You still have almost a 75%, 76% failure rate, right? If you decide to do it. Now, here's the other thing too. This actually gets better. When we decide when, so we put a timestamp on it, right? We put a timestamp of when we're going to do something. So you're like, you know what? I want to spend more time with my wife. And yes, I'm going to consciously decide to do that. I'm going to do that every other Friday. So I'm just going to put like Fridays, right? Okay, I'm going to pick a day every other Friday, every other, right? Now, because I chose when, my success rate actually now goes to 40%. That's pretty good. It's a lot better than it was, right? That's still not enough because we still have a 60% failure rate, and we don't want that, right? So, how do we increase this even more? What we want to do is we want to take the next step. I mean, I prefer to jump to the last step, but if we're like, you know what, I'm actually going to create a plan, right? A how plan, right? So I'm going to take her out for 26 dates in the year 2023. I'm going to take her out on 26 dates, and it's going to be every other Friday. And I'm going to choose, I'm going to plan when, I'm going to plan where, all these things, and the how. Well, guess what? It now goes to 50%, which is better. It's better than 10. You still have a 50% failure rate. That's not good. We don't want that either, right? Now, this is where the rubber meets the road, okay? If you commit, if you have an accountability partner, commit to someone else, right? So maybe I tell my friend Dan, I'm committing to this goal of taking my wife out on dates every other Friday, and I just tell him about it, right? I just say I'm gonna do it. Well, now my success rate, because I said it out loud to somebody else, goes up to 65%, which is pretty cool, right? Now we're ratcheting in, we only have a 35% failure rate, right? I like those numbers better. But here's where success and failure lives, okay? I don't want 65%. The last time I looked when I was in grade school and high school, this was still an F. You need at least a 70. I'm not sure what school you went to, but I know some curves are different, but that's still an F. That's still not enough for me. So what happens if I want to get to a 95% success rate? A 95% success rate. How do I get there where I only have like this minuscule 5% chance of failure, right? This is where I have tribe and accountability, right? And I have a cadence with these people, a cadence in my life. Maybe it's weekly check-ins, maybe it's daily. I don't know if I'd go monthly, but I have these weekly check-ins with people that I am reporting in on my progress, right? I have to answer to somebody. I have to answer to either a group of other like-minded men. I have to answer to an accountability partner. And that time is set every single week. For those of you guys who have a mentor, a counselor, or a coach, or a mastermind, chances are you have a standing appointment with your group, your mentor, your accountability partner, or maybe it's even just a text with accountability. But that's what actually gets you from, check this out, the rest of the world. These numbers are actually right in line now that I'm looking at it. So people who have an idea, right, of what they want to do, this is why we're seeing this 9% success rate at the end of the year, right? But I want this. I want this, right? On all my goals, my fitness, my finances, my relationship, I'll take that all day long over this. And you get community with it, right? You get camaraderie. You know what else you actually get? You actually get this. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but camaraderie and gamifying these things are fun. So as you think about your 2023 goals, and now that you know, I'm going to try to put this over. Now that you know all these statistics, right? 9% of people actually go follow through with their New Year's resolutions. 38% fail in the first month. If you have an idea, you have a 10%. If you decide, you have a 24%. If you decide when you're going to do it, it's a 40%. If you plan how you're going to do it, it goes up to 50%. And if you commit to somebody else, it goes up, just say it out loud, 65%. But if you have a weekly cadence, a tribe, an accountability partner, well, now you're talking this. So as you really think about this, as I throw my marker, as you really think about this and you think about your goals for 2023, who's in your corner? Who's in your corner? Who's holding you to a higher standard than you're going to hold yourself? And who are you holding to a higher standard than they're going to hold themselves? Because this works both ways, right? Especially when you're in a tribe. So if this has been something on your mind and heart, check out what we're doing over at Dad Edge Alliance. Head on over to thedadedge.com/alliance, where we're holding men to this type of action. This is why guys who do life with us, they truly thrive. I hope this video was helpful for you. Have a legendary holiday. Have a legendary New Year's. And let's make 2023 a game-changing year. All right, guys, take care.